Hey folks, this is John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. And today here in our showroom, we have obviously another addition to our inventory to go over with you. Now this particular car comes to us by way of consignment. So I'm gonna go ahead through this car, just like we always do our walk around here and point out to you exactly what all it is that we're seeing here, kind of the condition of everything, and just kind of a host of the components and accessories that we see here also. So with this car, just kind of as a kind of a brief rundown on the overall car here, as far as the color code on the car goes, it says that the original paint code would have been Bolero red. Obviously we have the red exterior here. I'm not quite sure if it is Bolero red or not, but nonetheless we've got the red exterior here, and of course we have the black stripes up over the hood as well as the deck lid in the back there. Now this particular car, we've got a lot of bright work on it. Obviously the bumpers, the wheel lip moldings and rocker trim, and the wheels and so forth, which we'll go over here shortly. As far as the drive line goes, we've got a GM crate motor here, 350 cubic inch motor, small block Chevrolet, 700 R4 automatic transmission with the overdrive. And then we also have for the rear end here, we've got the GM 12 bolt unit back there. Does in fact have the POSI differential in it with a 373 gear. It does have the aluminum drive shaft in it also. So that's kind of your drive line. Power steering car, power brakes, disc up front, drums in the rear. So that's kind of your rundown, just a generalization of the car. So now we'll start with our walk around here. So as I said, red exterior with the black stripes. We've got the chrome bumpers front and back, which we'll take a closer look at as we get to those. And again, we've got those bright wheel lip moldings. The wheel lip moldings themselves are in great condition, nice and straight all the way around and attached good and secure just like they should be. Obviously we see here that we've got an aftermarket wheel on the car. Now these are all 15-inch wheels, front and rear. They are American racing wheels, so they're going to be an aluminum wheel here, a 5-spoke design there. And as far as the tires go, BFGoodrich Radial TAs all the way around. We've got two 1560 R15s on the front, and then back here on the back, a little bit bigger tire back here with a 275 60 R15 back here. As far as the rest of the fender here, we've got the Camaro badging here on the front fenders. Down below that, you'll notice that our Camaro here has the rocker moldings along the bottom of the car here. Now those are all good and straight all the way back along the side of the car, all attached good and secure also. Far as our door fitment and alignment on the car as compared with the front fenders and the rear quarter panels, everything lines up really nice with the front fenders. Gaps are pretty okay there as far as the front goes. As we come to the back, gaps are really nice back here on the back side of the door. All of our body lines all line up all the way across. And then as far as the rear quarter panel, elevations are really good there also. Everything lines right up. We do in fact have the chrome door handle here, as well as just the driver's side chrome mirror. We've got those round mirrors here, and again the chrome on those are in great shape. The glass is in great condition too here on the mirror. As far as our side glass here, of course with the 67, you do in fact have the vent window or wing window. That is in good shape there. As far as the trim or molding around that, again that looks good as well. We've got your rain gutter or your drip rail molding here. That is all very nicely polished up, good and straight there. If I run my finger through that drip rail, that rain gutter there, that all pretty smooth on this car too. Now as far as the rest of the glass goes, you can tell slightly tinted windows on this car here. Now if we look up at the very top of the driver's side window, it does in fact have a little bit of a chip along the top side here, right at the front corner here. But no cracks, no chips or anything like that anywhere else. It's just right up on that very top edge is where you'll see that. The rear quarter window, that's in great shape, along with all of your bright work around that as well. Let's open that door up. That way you'll get to see a little bit better too what I was talking about there. Like I said, just a little bit of a chip at the top corner up here on the driver's side glass. Other than that, everything looks great. As we open our door, we'll see the interior now. We've got the full black interior, black front bucket seats there. All the seat belts are all present, so you have front and rear belts. Factory dash, factory instrumentation within the dash. And then as far as accessory instrumentation, you do in fact have the 3 extra gauges down below that consist of the water temperature, oil pressure, and voltmeter, as well as they have added a tack in there as well. Now you'll see it's got an aftermarket floor shifter in there, but it does have the correct shift ball on top for the 700R4 transmission, and it does show that overdrive gear on there. It's got a Pilot 3-spoke steering wheel with the comfort grip. It is a tilt column there as well. And then again with the radio, we have an aftermarket Kenwood AM/FM CD player in there, and the car does in fact have a set of 6x9 speakers back on the rear package tray. As far as the upholstery goes on the car, all of which is all pretty good. You will notice on the driver's side seat down at the bottom on the back there, just from normal wear and tear, obviously if somebody was getting in and out of the car a lot, you're going to get some wear just on that piping around that seat. And I'll just kind of get my finger down there so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Right down here, it just kind of wears itself through there. There's no holes per se in any of the seats. Those all look good. It's just right on that piping around the seat there that you get that wear. All of our weather stripping here around the top side of your door, all in good shape. Your quarter window seals and door jamb U seals are all in great condition there. And again, all of your weather stripping around the door is in great shape. The door panels, as you can see here, all look really good. No rips or tears even in that armrest pad there either. That all looks to be in good shape there. So that's pretty much the interior from the driver's side of the car. Door shuts nice and easy, and again, everything's been adjusted very well to where it does close nice and even all the way around. As we come back the rear of the car now, the quarter panel nice and straight. If we look up here at our glass here for the rear window, no chips or cracks anywhere within that the rear glass there. You can kind of see those rear 6x9 speakers in the package tray. All of your bright work, your molding around the window is in good shape and all securely mounted. And then we have the trunk back here. Now again, you can see the gaps all the way around the trunk, all very uniform. And again, it does in fact have that rear trunk spoiler. As we look down here at your taillights and the taillight bezels, the bezels are in really nice shape here. Again, these are an LED style taillight here. The lenses, no chips or cracks anywhere within there. Those all look good. And again, you've got that rear bumper, the chrome finish on there. Looks really nice. No scratches, no pitting whatsoever. Down below, our rear lower valance, that looks good. We do in fact have the rear backup lights in that rear lower valance, and those lenses and bezels are in good shape there. And then just right below that, you'll see the exhaust, the very ending of it, just a nice slash cut polished exhaust tip back there for the exhaust tips. We'll go ahead and we're going to get this trunk lid opened up, but you'll notice right above, or right below I should say, the actual lock mechanism for the trunk, we do in fact have the SS350 gas cap here, which is in good shape there also. Let's go ahead and open our trunk. There we go. So the trunk lock does in fact work with the key. As we got the trunk open now, you can tell that our hinges and so forth all functioning as they should. Spring working like it should too by holding that trunk lid up all on its own. The underside all done in the same red as the exterior of the car. You've got the little rubber bump stops here also for the trunk lid whenever you close it. So it's not just sitting down on the rubber seals, it actually has those little rubber bump stops there too to help it. Your seals for the trunk, those are in great shape here. No rips or tears anywhere there. They meet together right here in the center. And then your water channels or your rain gutters here, those are all good and solid, nice and straight. Again, that's going to help direct that water away from the trunk lid and exit out the back of the car there so you don't get anything in the trunk. As far as the trunk goes, the trunk's in really good shape here. Floor nice and solid, has all the drain plugs installed as it should. The correct black and aqua trunk spatter paint in there as well. It does have a full set of Camaro floor mats there too, embroidered with the Camaro and the SS on the front ones at least. So those are all in good shape, and those do in fact come with the car. So that's the trunk for our 67 Camaro. That closes nice and easy, and now we'll work our way around the passenger side of the car. So first thing, I'll look up along the side of the car. Passenger side is nice and straight here. Again, all the same things here that we just went over on the driver's side. The wheel lip moldings are all in great shape, all attached good and secure. Same thing with our rocker moldings all the way down the side of the car. Chrome door handle here on the passenger side looks to be in great shape. The chrome finish, no pitting, no scratching there. And again, we have our windows over here on the passenger side. Now these windows over here all look to be in good shape. No chips or cracks anywhere on these. Again, all of your molding, your bright work all the way around here, all in good shape, all attached, very secure, no issues there whatsoever. The gaps on your door over on your passenger side all look to be in good shape front to back. Elevations with your front fender as well as the quarter panel, those are all adjusted very, very nice here. And again, all of your body lines all line up here. As far as paint finish and so forth, got a little bit of a brush touch up here on the front edge of the door right towards the top, and a couple little teeny tiny just little chips. I'm going to assume somebody probably just nipped it with a door or something right on that body line. But again, there's no dents. It's just little tiny chips that could be brush touched. Let's go ahead and open our door up and take a look at the interior from the passenger side. So again, over here, passenger side all looks good. Again, yeah, there's no rips or tears or anything like that in the upholstery over on this side. So that seat, the upholstery and so forth, all looks really good on this side here. Carpeting, no rips, tears, or fading. As a matter of fact, the carpeting almost looks like it could be fairly new for this car. So again, that's all good. The dash is in great shape. No cracks or anything along the top of that dash pad. The headliner's all anchored up good and secure. So again, no issues when looking at it from over here on the passenger side. And again, just kind of what we always do here, looking at all your seals and your weather stripping along the top side, even your quarter window seals, door jamb U seals, those are all in really good condition. Same thing with your door weather strip here too, that's all in great shape. The door panel itself all looks to be in good shape. The chrome trim here, just a little bit loose at the back side here. Other than that though, everything looks good. Even again, like I said, those armrest pads there, that all looks to be in great shape, showing no signs of wear and tear there. So we'll go ahead and close this up. Again, that shuts very good and easy, nice and tight. I did want to mention up too, there is a dent right on the top side here, the roof here. You'll see just a little dent right there. And again, I'm just trying to go through and point out everything here that I can see on the car. Fender mount antenna. It is not a power antenna, but it is in fact a retractable one. So you can manually raise or lower that antenna. The matching Camaro badging. And then we'll come around to the front front side of the car here now, where we'll see another nice example here of a chrome front bumper. Again, the chrome's in great shape, polished up really well. No pitting, no scratching there. As far as the grille for the 67 here, all intact. There's no pieces broke. It is all good and solid and all intact. Your directionals, your parking light lenses and so forth, those are all in great shape. Headlights, now these are going to be your traditional sealed beam units, high beam, low beam, all enclosed right here, glass lens, no cracks or chips in the glass lenses. Now the actual headlight housing got a little bit of like rust or pitting there in the housing itself. The bezels though around here, those are all in good shape though. So like I said, it's just the actual headlight housing itself. Down below here, we do in fact have that black front air dam, or that chin spoiler down there, which looks to be in really good shape from up here. And then as we come up to the hood, again, this is going to be a steel 2-inch Cowl induction hood. Gaps all the way around the hood, don't look too bad there. Pretty uniform all the way around. Like I said, 2-inch steel cowl. Windshield wiper arms as well as blades are in great shape, and the windshield itself is in great condition too. No chips, scratches, or cracks anywhere here. And again, your bright work, your molding all the way around here, all in really good shape here up on the windshield here, and again, all securely fastened. Let's go underneath the hood next so that we can kind of talk about the motor and the rest of the drive line now. So of course the actual hood latch mechanism does work there for us. The hinges and springs all functioning and they should be. Again, all of your bracing for that steel Cowl induction hood, all right there, all complete. Nothing's been cut, nothing's been modified. A good solid hood here. Far as the engine goes, well, this is going to be a crate motor, a GM 350 crate, and I believe it is one of the Echo in Mexico blocks there, probably like a Target Master GM crate motor, but it is a 350 cubic inch motor. We've got the chrome air filter here up on top. Down below that we have a Holley 750 CFM carburetor, complete with the electric choke. You can see here we've got the Edelbrock RPM air gap aluminum intake. It's got that, I believe they call it like that Enduro Shine. It's been a polished intake there, obviously. It's got the chromed water gooseneck there too. Nice set of valve covers too to go along with the car, kind of like the finned valve covers here with the matching fin breathers. Now it does have an Edelbrock breather over on the other side there too. If you look at the front drive accessories here, everything's been upgraded to the March serpentine belt system there. So again, belts have all been checked out. Those are all in good shape. You've got chrome alternator, you've got billet brackets for your power steering as well as your alternator, and you've got the aluminum pulleys there as well. Other aluminum components are going to consist of the radiator. So again, aluminum is going to be a lot more efficient for your cooling there. So you got the aluminum radiator, and then when putting the serpentine belt system on, they've elected to go without a mechanical fan, and they went with the electric fan back behind the radiator here. So that's going to be your puller fan. It's going to help pull air through the radiator and keep everything nice and cool for you. As far as the ignition system, again, all good stuff here. You've got a MSD Pro Billet distributor back here with a set of MSD plug wires here. Trying to find if these are 8s or 7mm wire. I don't know if I see it on the wires themselves, but they are a set of MSD Street Fire wires. So again, nonetheless, good quality plug wires here. You do in fact have that MSD Blaster 2 coil to get you a lot better, more efficient spark, along with the MSD 6AL ignition box here too. To power everything, as far as the electronics go, you've got the Optima red top battery here as well. As far as, so we've been over the fueling of the car with the carburetor and the intake. We've been over the ignition system. How about the exhaust? Well, we've got a set of Hedman header, 1.75 inch long tube headers here, a complete 2.5 inch exhaust on this with a set of turbo style mufflers on it. So again, a really decent exhaust system on the car. Now those, the exhaust does in fact have the provisions to run exhaust cutouts. So if you wanted to unblock those and just run right out the headers per se, you could do that. A lot of guys will put like an electric setup on there to where it has a gate that basically opens from inside the car. This does not have that, not as of yet. So it would just be manual. You'd get underneath there, undo the wing nuts basically, and open that up if you did want to do something like that. As far as, like I said, we already kind of went over or touched on the fact that this is a power steering car. It always also power brakes, and we've got the drum brakes, or the disc brakes up front here, drums on the rear, and again, it's just all GM stuff. So again, stuff that you can just easily get at most any, you know, auto parts place whenever you're going to replace those items. As far as anything else goes, I mean, we already kind of went over the rest of the driveline. It's the 700 R4 automatic overdrive transmission, the 12-bolt GM rear, POSI unit, 373 gear, and it's got that aluminum drive shaft in there too, which makes it really nice. Accessory-wise, I mean, things that you might not see on this car, things like AC, air conditioning, those are things that could be done to cars here. I would just always kind of recommend that if you are looking to have anything added to maybe this car, whether it's AC, could be a number of things. Whatever it might be, I just always tell you, you know, hit us up, phone call, email, anything like that, text message. Let us know what it is you would like to maybe have added or changed, and we can definitely, you know, give you a call and let you know if we can do that. Most things we can do, and we would be more than happy to get you pricing on parts and labor to do that. Other than that, I always recommend that if you're watching this video, maybe not on our website, I always recommend you go directly to our website, hanksters.com. Check the car out there. You're going to see the retail pricing. You're going to see all the options and a big write-up on the car. You'll see upwards of 100 photos of this car all the way around underneath it. And you're going to be obviously able to see the video that you're watching right now. You'll also see that our retail pricing, it will, on a consignment car, it does not cover warranty or shipping, but we can definitely help you and assist you in finding a shipper, and then, you know, kind of get you on the right track with that if in fact you are interested in a vehicle here like this car. So with that said, we're pretty much done with our walk around. What we're going to do now is get this car closed up, get it on our lift, and then I'll go through the whole entire underside with you, and then yes, we will fire that motor up and let you hear what the engine does sound like, along with that complete dual exhaust system. All right, folks, so here we are once again. We're back here, and we've got our 67 consignment Camaro here up on the lift. So we're going to go through this like we do all of our cars here. I'm going to point out to you exactly what we have underneath here and kind of go over it from a condition standpoint. I know a lot of this stuff we've kind of already been over from our walk around here of this car, but this is, like I said, more so to go over the condition and what we're actually seeing underneath here. So starting at the front of the car, of course, like I said, we do have this front air dam, that chin spoiler here. And again, it's a plastic unit. It's got all the necessary braces on it. It's got all the good hardware on it, all holding it together. Now, as far as the condition of the front chin strap here, as far as from the front, everything is good and solid there. But when you look right in the middle underneath here, it does have a slight crack here, right in the center of that. And again, that's not very uncommon for those things. They have a lot lot of flex to them, and if for some reason you get against something very, very, very lightly even, it can cause that to crack there. They are just a plastic piece there, and they're very cheap to replace too. They're probably right around like 20 bucks or so. So again, all of that is in good shape except for just a slight crack there. Right up above us here, we do have that aluminum radiator that we spoke about there earlier. The underside of that, the bottom, all dry, free from any leaks or drips. Also up at the actual lower radiator hose, that connection is all nice and dry there. The hose clamp from down here all looks to be in good shape. As we've already been over, it does have that electric fan there on the back side, the Polar fan. So again, it has its own kind of shroud around it, and that is all intact there, but as far as any additional shrouds, there isn't with the electric fan. The front cross member, again, this is an important piece because this is, again, what all of your suspension bolts off of. And the cross member underneath here, good and straight here. Doesn't look like it's been banged off of anything there, too bad there. So again, out here at the ends for our suspension components, these are going to be OE arms. So your upper A arms, your lower control arms, those are all OE stamped steel components here. Ball joints all look to be in good shape and fairly new. It looks like they probably have been replaced, you know, before, you know, not too long ago there. All the rubber dust boot covers are intact on those. And again, you can tell everything's been greased and maintained on the car fairly well. As far as the rest of the suspension, it does in fact have a 3/4 inch front sway bar on it, and the sway bar bushings there at both the frame as well as the end links are all in good shape. I don't see any real signs of any cracking or, you know, a dried out bushing or anything like that. Those all look to be in good shape. Now again, this car is power steering and power brakes. Of course, disc on the front, drums out on the rear, complete with the e-brake all hooked up, and we'll show you that stuff here in just a moment. But with the power steering, we always check out the steering components here. So your drag length, your pitman arm, tie rods and ends are all in good shape. So again, all of that stuff all checks out on the car here. As far as the brakes, like I said, power brakes, disc up front. These are just GM components, so anytime you would need to do anything with the consumables on the car, as far as brake pads, brake rotors, even calipers, you can go just to any of your auto parts stores around locally, and you should be able to pick up the components to do your maintenance on this car. And of course, out at the very ends here, as we saw from up above there on our walk around, we do in fact have those 15-inch American Racing polished aluminum wheels there. Really nice looking wheel there, and of course the BFGoodrich Radial TA tires on all four corners. Now as far as the fronts go, the fronts are 215/60 R15s, and I will say this again, because it is a consignment car, I just try to call out everything I can. It does look like you would probably want to, you know, maybe replace the tires, you know, not too long after you would get the car there, because they are showing a little bit of wear on those tires. Come back into the center of the car here, and we've got that 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet engine. All the way around the oil pan here, I check for leaks and drips. This thing is nice and dry all the way around. Even here at the back, where you would commonly see maybe a little bit of seepage there from like a rear main seal, this is nice and dry back here. The actual drain plug, nice and dry around that as well. Same thing around your oil filter and such, everything is all dry. As far as the transmission goes here, this is that $700 R4 automatic overdrive transmission. Oil pan itself around on the transmission here is all nice and dry. It does have the plastic flywheel and torque converter cover here. So again, that is all intact, and that's going to keep dirt and debris away from that flywheel, keep it from possibly chipping a tooth or something from any kind of road debris that would get kicked up. Of course, it's got a tubular transmission cross member here, which is in great shape. The mount here is in great shape too. And then the tail tail shaft here, your actual output shaft seal, that is nice and dry. And again, that's where your drive shaft slip yoke slides in and you know, rotates there in your transmission. Again, all nice and dry. Before we get too far back here, our exhaust system. We've got a set of Hedman headers here. These are 1 3/4 long tube headers. And again, it's got a full dual exhaust here. Now this is, I want to say, I think it's either 2 1/4 or 2 1/2 inch exhaust here, all the way back into a set of, I don't know the name brand on them. They're like, but like they're a turbo style muffler back there in the car. Our headers and exhaust here, they do in fact have the provisions here for the cutouts. So if you wanted to, you could manually come back here, unbolt the covers, and then you'd be running right out, basically right out of the headers there. Now a lot of times these come, you can get like an electric kit sometimes for them that has like a gate in them, a valve, but these do not have the electric cutouts. It would just be a blocked off cutout here that you could manually come back, take off, and have it flow right through the header. Back a little bit further here, of course, our frame and our floors. The frame looks very nice and straight, good and square, all the way back through. Of course, this is a subframe car here. It does have the frame stiffeners, the frame connectors here. These would obviously be coming from Jegs because they have the Jegster decals on them. But again, that stiffens up the car very, very nicely there so that you don't get any kind of flex or anything in it there. Floors are in great shape. Again, I don't see really any patching whatsoever other than just where they cut for the transmission up in the tunnel there. But again, that's very common. You'll have that whenever you do transmission swaps. Like I said, it is complete with the emergency brake all hooked up. So all your cables and such are all hooked up, all the correct frame hooks and so forth, all the way back to those rear drum brakes. All of your fuel lines, your brake lines, all run nice and neat. The pinch welds are all good and straight on the car, and the rocker panels on it are all good and solid on both sides here. So we come back a little bit further now, and then we'll get to the rear end here and drive shaft. So first of all, the drive shaft. This thing has a one-piece aluminum shaft in it. So again, that keeps rotating mass down on it. Again, aluminum drive shafts are good and strong. As long as you have them all mounted up good and secure and there's nothing rubbing them, you'll never have an issue with these. Universals all look to be in good shape too on the drive shaft. As we, got it in here, no noise or anything like that. So the rear end itself, the front snout is nice and dry. The differential cover nice and dry also. This is a 12-bolt GM rear end here, POSI unit, and it's a 373 gear ratio inside there. So again, a very good gear for both street and for putting down a little bit of power there. It does have the multi-leaf rear suspension, a set of ACDelco air shocks back here, which makes it very easy to raise or lower the rear ride height on the car and kind of give it the attitude that you're looking for there. And then it does in fact have a set of traction bars here to help eliminate any kind of wheel hop on the car. Again, back here we've got those same 15-inch wheels there, the American Racing polished aluminum wheels, BFGoodrich rubber back here too. Different size though, we've got 275 60-15s back here. And these ones here aren't really too bad. Again, they do show some wear and tear. But I would have to say that these are, the back ones are a lot better, than what the front ones are on the car. The rear frame sections are all nice and straight all the way up over. Of course, we've got the dual tailpipes there, chrome tips on the end, a slash cut tip there. And then as far as your fuel tank here, this would be just your stock OE style tank here. It is in great shape. There's no dents or dings anywhere. Your mounting straps, all of your hardware is all in great condition here. And again, fuel lines, everything coming back to the tank here everything nice and dry on this vehicle. So that's pretty much it for underneath our 67 Camaro here. At this point, I'd like to stop and just kind of mention to all you car guys out there watching these videos that we are in fact an ATC trailer dealer now. We have many models here, right here on our lot, in stock, ready to be purchased. If you're looking for an enclosed car trailer or race trailer, please, look us up, hit us up there. You can check those out on our car website. If you're there already, just go to the inventory drop down and you'll see trailers there, or you can go directly to our trailer website, hankstershaulers.com, and again, you'll be able to view all of our inventory, multiple photos, complete descriptions and breakdown of what the items are on there. And if you have any questions, by all means, reach out and give us a shout there. We'll be glad to help you out. With that said, let's go ahead and lower this now. We'll go underneath the hood, fire the motor up. That way you get to hear exactly what that small block Chevy sounds like.